why these headphones won't charge anymore. It's kind of a bummer. Ooh. I want to do more research on it. Can you burn out a battery on something if you charge it at too high of a voltage? I'd like to know. Oh, goodness. No, this is so, I will say this to start it off. I say my first words 2 minutes into the stream. I don't want to start the stream and just go, here I am, streaming, whatever. I guess, I could give you like a diary entry, which is that as of, what would we say? As of today, I worked all day on homework, and it didn't feel like I got anything done because I really didn't get much turned in. But I have the entire thing I got going on. I don't want to give too much information out, but it just I wrap my head around the whole program for the most part. And one thing I will say that's a nice relief is that I get to come back here and keep making animation for a project that's pretty well, like I know what I'm doing, so I don't have to think too much. And to get a chance to work on stuff like this and not think too much, I feel like doesn't happen that often. But we'll see what happens. Is this still named World War III? Ask me anything, I'll answer a question. Oh, so the nice part is that I actually have notes for what I have to draw without getting too involved. So let's say, for example, here. What happened here? Is this actually 7 we need? Not sure. Yeah, he rubs his hands, kind of laugh like yeah. Maybe we should make that flow a little bit more, like yeah. That'd be a good clip to have. I have my notes here. I have this formula where I basically write it down on a Post-it note. Like most tasks aren't that complex, but they need like pieces of information. And so the Post-it note is the ticket for the task, really. And so sometimes I don't have time to do it, but I can't forget that I have to do it. So I keep it in the same bundle. And this has been pretty good. It just allows me to really clear things up. And then once my desk is clear, I basically allow myself to go do other things. All right. Where are we at here? No one's going to say anything? I just got lurkers today. At least say hi. All right. So I have this one. I think I'm just going to smooth this out. Kind of see how it's jerky or whatever. I'll go in there and add some more frames to this. But I the same problem I always have. I need a snack. I should plan my snack ahead of time. Snacky snack. What are these? Honey roasted peanuts. These would be good. What's up, Charlie? Okay, so my snack is roasted nuts and a seltzer water with a hint of grapefruit juice, I guess. So there we are. These are kind of salty. These are Nut Harvest. Never seen this company before. Nut Harvest. Shout out. I wonder how much they want for me to get rid of that watermark. Oh my goodness. Huh? How many channels do I actually want to stream on? Facebook would be fine. Like, why not? Instagram would be good. X. TikTok. Like, why not? So I can just do this. Man, how long does it take to get like a legit following? I need AI to analyze my streams to be like, be less boring. Uh-oh, the star of the show just arrived. Hold on. No. Hey, Charlie Chicken Gill. She'll get us views for sure. I knew it. Charlie's gonna save the stream. She's willing to do it. She's brave enough to do it too. She'll do it. Where are we at here? Is that about right? Yeah, she's just a little hard to see. Yeah, it's a little bit better. She needs a little more light though. But I don't want to blind her. I don't think she wants to be in blinding light. Yeah, that's probably enough. There we go. That's all the people wanted. I hope she goes up there and lays down. That's the best part of the stream. It's that cat. Charlie Girl's her name. Uh-oh. We should have a thing where people can like spend money and then there's just like, well, there she is. What? Nah, this isn't for you. You know, the webcams, I don't know if these are like good webcams or not, but the webcams aren't that expensive anymore. So theoretically, we could get a lot of them. And Charlie likes to hang out over here, over there. I'd be willing to wire a lot of stuff up to show you guys what I'm doing. I really don't have much to hide. I mean, I don't want to sleep on stream. Charlie, get out of the way. Charlie. Come on, move, Charlie. Not here. All right, fine. The bombastic chicken. That's what I'll name her. Little chicken loaf. You okay, Charlie? I think I should be on, though. We'll put you right here. There we go. You can see both of us. All right, ask me and Charlie any question. I do like guzzling sparkling water because it gives me the catharsis of guzzling a very toxic soda pop that I grew up to enjoy, but I don't have to deal with the consequences of drinking such a toxic product. There, I said it, Charlie. What do you think, Charlie? Like, this camera isn't as good as I thought it would be. It's kind of warped. I feel like the one that's on Charlie's bed is actually a little bit better. But I don't really know. I'm going to have to do some research on these things and figure out what's going on with these webcams. Because you can't just go by, like, the aspect ratio and stuff like that. Because it's, I don't know why, it just, like, doesn't have the same quality. You have to talk to some of my expert friends. It's funny because, like, for some people, I'm the contact, but I still talk to certain people. Where are we at here? 13 minutes in, and I'm just starting to put the stylus down. Maybe I could do, like, a monologue at the beginning. Be like, hey, this is what I'm thinking. This is what's going on with me today. I don't know if that's important. Does it really matter what's going on with me? I feel like social media kind of gives us the impression that we got to tell people about ourselves, but I don't know if that's really what people want. What if I just make my cartoon and talk about funny things, and that's what this channel's for? And maybe there is no just like some clear answer. Maybe just trying to find a clear answer is just like a fool's errand. Maybe thinking it all is a fool's errand. Maybe I'm just procrastinating from drawing. Which is probably the most accurate part. So that soda's good. Oh, you know what? I have spicy popcorn. Why don't we put that in? You know, I was thinking like what I would definitely would do if there was a new Jim Can't Swim video, I would definitely watch that on the stream. I guess there's certain stuff I could do. Let's see. See if they have one. Oh. 2 months ago. Wow, that's how up to date they are. Why don't we watch a Jim Can't Swim video? It's an hour. We're still streaming. How to interrogate a narcissist. Okay. Since no one's commenting, I will dedicate the stream to watching Jim Can't Swim. Where are we at here? Okay. We'll still put Charlie on this on the hot seat. Ooh, how are we gonna do the sound here? Okay, so since, hold on one second. We gotta do this right. So we'll put me and Charlie over to one side. Like right here. Oop. Hold on, I'm building it. We'll put Jim Can't Swim right here. That's funny. Okay, there it is. Let's watch something together. Jim Can't Swim, How to Interrogate a Narcissist. Actually, why don't we... Okay, welcome to Conformity Farm. Watches Jim Can't Swim. How to Interrogate a Narcissist. I don't know how well this is going to work, but well, let's just give it a shot. Oh, it's a reaction video. That's what I'm doing. You know, when the cops are nice to you and you've done something really gnarly, I don't know, man. I would be suspicious. I don't know.
Can I use it there, or do you just want me to patch it on the outside? I'm kind of cold, so don't take it off. Don't take it off. Okay.
He grabbed his hands. Wow.
Despite the seemingly cordial exchange you just watched, 41-year-old Joseph Ferlazzo is at this point classified as extremely dangerous and unpredictable. And
Is that a nose ring?
It's no coincidence the biggest officer at the Vermont State Police St. Albans Barracks was chosen to conduct this opening sequence of his interrogation.
Wow. I wonder how big he is.
Long night, huh? Yeah. Hey, Nigel, Steve? Oh, you know, there's like a little baby, oh, that? I just set that right there. We do this, you know, we always make sure anybody that comes in here doesn't have any knives or anything on them. Is that your wallet? Yeah, you set that there. We're just always, you know, hyper vigilant. Yeah. So yeah, have a seat, make yourself comfortable.
I think Amy said she's gonna get you some food. You said you're hungry?
Yeah. Okay. We'll work on that so we can get you. Okay. What were you doing? Just going to the gas station? Yeah, yeah. No way. Were you on the side of the road? Yeah, let's walk to the gas station. He did.
What is this guy's deal? Yeah, I don't know, man. There's something about this guy that's really off. I would not like this guy right away.
Imagine for a moment being told to go into a room with a man who just viciously murdered his wife, but act as if he has done...
He viciously murdered his wife. Okay. Okay.
done nothing wrong, as though he were a harmless stranger. Viciously... Imagine for a moment being told to go into a room with a man who just viciously murdered his wife, but act as if he has done nothing wrong, as though he were a harmless stranger in need of assistance. Your outward demeanor must show no judgment, no suspicion, and certainly no fear, while maintaining such...
Why? Is that just like standard practice for opening up an interrogation, I suppose? Never show judgment, suspicion, or fear? Okay.
Demeanor must show no judgment, no suspicion, and certainly no fear, while maintaining such an artificial calm in front of such an unpredictable threat. Many people would jump at the sudden clatter of metal from his pocket knife being tossed across the table. And while this officer reveals the smallest crack in composure from the sheer abruptness of it, he immediately blends into the moment and maintains the desired atmosphere.
Well, probably because they already have him nailed, and so they don't want to do anything to make the information that they're collecting be thrown out of court by any reason whatsoever. Like, it might be a passion to just want to nail this guy. At this point, you don't want to give him anything, because he might be trying to do something to gain favor or try to get a reaction, maybe. Like, he throws the key at the cop, and then he tosses the other part. Like, he's in control of the situation. It's delusional.
What you're seeing here from the officer is deception, 100% pure choreography, and a particular form of psychological maneuvering that just so happens to work perfectly with this individual's personality. Anytime Joseph tries to be funny or charming, the officer responds in the appropriate manner to protect his ego. You will notice he completely strips the atmosphere of its gravity and ensures there is no tension or awkwardness in the exchange. The reason this works so well in this specific circumstance is because Joseph Ferlazzo, in our opinion, is a raging fucking narcissist. He's so incredibly susceptible to the external validation from the officers that in narcissistic there is no tension or awkwardness in the exchange. The reason this works so well in this specific circumstance is because Joseph Ferlazzo, in our opinion, is a raging fucking narcissist. He's so...
Raging fucking narcissist. Is that like where he like revels in it?
Incredibly susceptible to the external validation from the officers that he genuinely seems to believe they've taken a strong liking to him, and that
he thinks he's cool. I got it.
he's able to control the environment through his super chill, laid-back person.
This guy's just so chill. Even though he killed his wife, this guy, he's just so fucking super chill, bro. Like, I bet he's got the best story. He's just like, bro, he's just so cool.
To give you some context, Joseph will go on to plead not guilty to all charges. So let's briefly jump ahead 3 years to his trial and hear in his own words how he supposedly ended up in this interrogation chair.
Direct examination. Would that mean... I don't know. See, I don't know a ton about this stuff. Direct examination. It's not cross-examination. Direct examination means that that's his defense asking him questions? We'll know if they're friendly questions. I will say, if it's a murder trial and you're on the stand, things are not going well. Because the way that they wrote the laws about the court system, you're supposed to be able to say nothing and that doesn't work against you. And that is like a fundamental kernel of the entire design. So if you're speaking, yeah, it's not going well for you. Or if you're on the stand, really.
Defense wish to
When you're speaking, can you guys tell that I'm not versed in this stuff?
present a case, Ms. Jim.
Yes, thank you. We call Joseph Ferlazzo.
Okay.
We're gonna take things one subject at a time, okay?
Very good.
Very good. This is a strange guy. He doesn't say okay, he says very good. It's like he needs to be the one controlling the narrative. This is a scary guy.
How you feeling this morning?
Very nervous, very anxious, very tired. Yeah.
Okay. Reaches a point where you feel you need a break, let us know, please.
Yes.
The act he's trying to project here is that of a traumatized husband, a man who had no choice but to save his own life from an abuser. He frequently widens his eyes and performs these hard swallows to convey heightened vulnerability and emotional shock. Gestures that appear semi-convincing during direct examination, but will completely fall apart under cross-examination.
Okay.
So let's start with some easy information. Where were you born?
So yeah, direct examination is you being interviewed by your defense. So really kind of controlling the narrative. And then cross-examination would be that the prosecutors are able to ask you questions.
I was born in Pennsylvania, in Reading, Pennsylvania.
When did you move to Vermont?
I moved to Vermont in 2012.
Were you working as a tattoo artist at that time?
Yes, I was.
When did you meet Emily?
I met Emily in 2018.
Emily's 22. His girlfriend, he's 41. Okay.
And to be clear, we're talking about Emily Ferlazzo, who was your wife, right?
Yes.
They were married. Okay. This is, are we still... Okay, so that's direct examination. So we're just watching.
No choice but to save his own life.
We're in direct examination. So direct examination is trying to set up the story for why he murdered this 22-year-old.
Vulnerability and emotional shock. Gestures that appear semi-convincing during direct examination, but will completely fall apart under cross-examination.
So let's start with some easy information. Where were you born?
I was born in Pennsylvania, in Reading, Pennsylvania.
When did you move to Vermont?
I moved to Vermont in 2012.
Were you working as a tattoo artist at that time?
Yes, I was.
Yes, I was.
When did you meet Emily?
I met Emily in 2018.
And to be clear, we're talking about Emily Ferlazzo, who was your wife, right?
Yes.
Yes.
How did you meet her?
This is how he's going to act when
Well,
he's
I had initially met
getting
her,
people to like him, I guess? I don't
her
know.
friend Lauren. I can't
Charging.
remember her last name.
I met her
Lauren
through
was
someone
an
I forgot.
apprentice in his tattoo shop, who one day brought in her best
Can't
friend Emily for a piercing.
I will say, I mean, not a full, what would you call it? Condemnation, but to not know the last name of somebody who was working in your shop, I mean, it's not like you owned a warehouse.
When she left, I made a comment to Lauren. I said that, I was like, that friend of yours is something special. I said I wouldn't mind making her my
Something
next
special.
ex-wife.
That friend of yours is something special. Whoever your last name is. You brought in a something special. Or is it, when you say something special, is he saying like narcissistic supply? Ooh, that's something special right there.
Lauren laughed.
You didn't start dating her at that point, did you?
No. I think she was seeing somebody else, and I was seeing somebody else.
Emily returns to the shop to get a tattoo. He claims that she called him afterwards, whereas records indicate he was the one who called her.
She wanted to have more tattooing done. She's like, oh my god, like, I really love this tattoo, like, and now I want more. A week and a half, 2 weeks later, she's back getting more tattoos. I'm asking her how she's been in the last 2 weeks, how her tattoo healed. Her demeanor was different. She told me she had just broken up with her boyfriend. She dyed her hair a different color. She was extremely flirty, and I was receptive to that. I was like, wow, like, you really seem like pretty open today. Like,
What is that?
I was
The
receptive.
gas from the gallery?
Flirty.
Gasp from the gallery. Referring to her as very flirty. I mean, I wouldn't say it's in great taste, if you will. I don't know.
And I was receptive to that. I was like, wow, like, you really seem like pretty open today. Like, and I asked her if she wanted to go have a motorcycle ride and see a tour of.
Now remember, this is somebody who he ended up marrying. He's talking about somebody that he ended up marrying. I don't know. His demeanor seems strange. Like, I feel like this is the level of focus that he should be giving when he tells the story about how he ended up ending her life, as opposed to the day they met. I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't know the answer to that.
From Vermont.
And did she?
Yes, she did. Yes, we took a motorcycle ride that evening.
So after that night, when did you see Lauren, I keep saying Lauren, Emily next?
The next day.
They hung out every day for the rest of the summer and eventually got married in October.
So
Oh, wow.
you were happy?
I was happy.
And did she seem to be happy?
Yes, she was.
And during these first few months of your relationship, well, I've already asked you, you said it was euphoric and you were both happy, right?
Yes, that's right.
It's not, you're looking
Euphoric.
Yeah, I'm feeling very emotional right now.
What's bothering you?
Probably important to tell you that I'm feeling very emotional right now because I'm talking about a woman who was my wife. My wife. You're talking about my wife. Yeah, that's funny to me. Yes, I met her. I knew she was something special. She was my wife, yes.
I miss her.
I miss her dearly.
Let me know when you're ready.
I miss her so much. Is this spring water?
You do. Start again.
I'm okay.
You're okay?
I'm okay.
He claims the first several months of the marriage were happy before things started going downhill.
It led to, it led to violence and
Well, explain what you mean.
like physical abuse started coming into our relationship.
The only evidence of physical abuse in their relationship.
Physical abuse started coming into their relationship. I guess the only reason, it's kind of interesting. This is a really well put together video so far, from the sense that showing him getting escorted into the interrogation. Yeah, I said it right. Into the interrogation room. And he throws the keys. It kind of shows like how relentless he is to try to control the room. So if he's dating this really young woman and he's like, she's something special, like, I don't know, I haven't really gotten any type of vibe or information that she's the kind of person to be intimidated by. If anything, she was probably tantalized by, his demeanor to control things. And she's like, yeah, he's a leader. He's got his own tattoo shop. All right.
Relationship was of him abusing her, which colleagues in their work circles had suspected was going on.
Where she would go through my phone and then respond by beating on me.
Was she saying it?
She would go into my phone and respond by beating on me. Now, if you're at your murder trial, don't you think it would be important to clarify things? She went through your phone and then what? Saw that you downloaded multiple browsers, and she's like, you're wasting data. There's too much storage. You're consuming too much storage on your phone. Here it is. It's time to beat you. Or is it the fact that you've known this person from July and you got married, what, in October? July is what, 7, October is 10, so 3-4 months, and you guys now have a lifelong commitment. So that means that this person that you knew very little for a very small amount of time, you swept them off their feet. They committed to a life of love with you, and when they look at your phone, it causes a conflict. Can you please explain to the jury so that we can get more context to the dynamic of this relationship? Because I'm pretty sure someone was fucking murdered.
Anything to you while this was happening?
Yeah, just really, she was really angry. So, you're a fucking asshole. I don't want to. Do I have to swear?
Do I have to swear when I talk about executing this girl, this woman? Do I have to swear? I really freaking. I mean, this crap, that we're talking about. I don't want to say what she has to say. Remember, she was very flirty on the phone with me.
Do I have to
I want you to say what you said.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what sucks? I think when you're this kind of person, you don't have any honest people around you, and people aren't able to tell you, like, dude, you're coming off real bad, dude.
Yeah, she would say, you're a fucking asshole.
You're a fucking asshole. Can I say, Your Honor, can I say that? Your Majesty?
I can't believe you're still fucking talking to this bitch. And it was a friend of mine that I'd known for years, and I told her that I would stop being physical with this friend, and that our relationship wasn't going to dissolve because we were friends since 2014. Like,
Was she angry?
yes, she was very angry. Yes, she was assaulting me.
So she was verbally angry
Yes.
and physically
Yes, ma'am.
hitting you. Right?
Yes, physically.
And did you ever hit her back?
No, ma'am.
You never contacted
No.
the police about any of the times that she assaulted you.
The technical term for what you're seeing here is called drawing the sting. It's when the defense raises a damaging issue themselves before the prosecution can exploit it. And Joseph here seems to have practiced this one in the mirror a few times.
No, it's not their business.
Not their business. That's a motto that you live your life by, isn't it?
I'm an independent person. I'm a very private person. I don't want to dump my crap on other people.
They then got a dog, bought a camper van, and went to Bolton, Vermont for their 1-year wedding anniversary.
This was our first like road trip as a family. So it's very exciting.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Emily too, she was in a good mood.
Yeah, she was super excited to take Rosie out, and she was stoked to meet Nikki and Ariel.
Nikki is his sister, and Ariel is her boyfriend, who they were meeting up with for the anniversary. The first night they got there, while alone together in the camper van, he claims Emily started becoming combative, saying the anniversary idea was terrible and the camper van was stupid.
So I was like, yo, like, maybe just like pour yourself a drink and relax.
He then takes the dog out for a walk and brings his handgun with him.
It has tritium sights on it, so you can see in the dark. And that was I had seen some what I believe to be coyote.
I had seen some what I believe to be coyote, because that's how I talk. I believe it was a coyote or two. I saw a group of coyote, not the wolf kind, just the type that lurk in the dark from the Americana, South Americana, the coyote, banditos, if you will.
I like shone a flashlight and I saw a couple sets of eyes in the dark, so
I was pretty sure it was a ghost.
Remington's a pretty small dog, and I just wanted to be able to protect her.
When he gets back into the camper van, he claims Emily starts berating him about the candles he lit earlier being too bright.
And I said, it's not that bright, like, you could always
I said it's not that bright.
just roll over.
You could just roll over. I can already tell. What a wonderful year one. I don't have to create energy, burn energy to make these changes to make you more comfortable. This is our 1-year anniversary. Roll your fucking body around. It's not that bright. You know what you just said? It's not that.
She got up and ran at me and grabbed one.
He would have been, he needs, like I said, you got to get yourself real friends, man. If you're in a situation where nobody challenges your ideas at all, you're not in a very good room. You're not right. No matter how brilliant you are, you're not right all the time.
One of the candles.
He claims that she begins attacking him with a candlestick.
Well, I wonder what his response is.
She hit me in like my neck and head, and in my arms. You know, I was like blocking. I had to restrain her. I had to like physically grab her by her arms and like hold her arms down. And she kept kicking. She actually kicked Remy.
She attacked me with the candlestick, kicking and punching, and even kicked the dog. I mean, she's super flirty, and she argues, gets mad, because when she looks at my phone, she sees that I know people that aren't her, and she hits me for that.
Says that he manages to push her onto the side of the bed, and she calms down.
I told her that, you know.
Then I pushed her, and then the conflict stopped. That's when I started associating pushing her with things when things stop.
That we're not your punching bags. And
you know what's crazy is like guys like this who think that they're really smart. It's like this guy kind of gives me chills. Now, having said that, all I know about him are the worst things about him. So I wonder if this guy with the right opening would be like, I don't even know what this guy's name is. He's not even, they don't have him named in the, they don't name the video after him. Yeah. They just call him the narcissist. Yeah.
And
You said what?
I told her that we weren't her punching bags.
We weren't.
Yeah, she kicked Remy.
For the record, Emily adored animals, and this statement was deemed extremely implausible by her peers. Joseph, on the other hand, was accused by his ex-girlfriend of kicking her dog on 2 separate occasions.
And she was kicking me and punching me, and I pushed her back. And I told Remy, I was like, "Yo, we're gonna take a walk."
After the second walk, he gets back into the camper van, drinks a vodka and Coke, then starts getting into his side of the bed.
So I was climbing over her, and she shouted, "Fuck off!"
Damn.
And she like threw.
This guy is out of his fucking mind. Like, even his defense attorney isn't being being honest with him, because the way he's like framing this stuff, like the evidence of his actions are so extreme, and he's bringing in these like small pieces of information where he goes, and then she used this cuss word at me, and then this is when she was, she was pretty mean and awful to me, and she kicked the dog. I'm pretty sure this is a homicide by firearm.
Threw an elbow at me, and elbowed me in my groin. And I said, "No more hitting." And,
no more hitting.
and so we had like a bunch of throw pillows that we like lined around the bed, like the top of the bed where we slept. So one of the throw pillows was right there, and I swatted her with the throw pillow, and I said, "Stop hitting."
Please remember these next 17 seconds, which we're calling the phony fugue state. He tries to
Fugue?
present a foggy, dissociated moment of recollection, with long pauses, forced ums, and a vacant stare. But it's pure performance, and we know it's performance because he'll completely contradict this manner of recollection during cross-examination.
Yeah, I am really interested in seeing how he handles cross-examination or direct cross, whatever they call it. Because, one, he's a pretty despicable guy, so I assume, these prosecutors, which oftentimes are kind of dorky types, are going to do their homework and really get the math equations necessary to put him in a place where it's hard for him to squeam out of,
And that's when it happened.
What happened?
She said, "That's it. You're dead." And
That's it. You're dead. She's still holding the candle? Tell me where she's pointing the candle at.
threw her arm under her pillow.
He earlier made the claim that both him and Emily slept with handguns under their pillows. Also deemed
They both had handguns under their pillows? All right. Well, that's a vibe I'm not familiar with.
highly implausible by witness testimony.
And she pulls her hand out with the Taurus. And
How are you feeling?
I was feeling horrified. Just
Were
like,
you afraid?
I was terrified.
Were you afraid?
Like, there was like a,
Just trying to hand him a softball.
as soon as I saw that, like, I just felt like this like wave of heat. Like, just like red hot. And she started like pushing her body up in an instant, and I'm like, no. And like I don't know, like she wasn't stopping, and I was holding my Glock.
He'll later claim he was in the process of putting the
It just feels like, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not buying this shit.
gun under his own pillow.
And I feel like if I were a juror,
She
I would
started just, like,
definitely.
coming up at me, and I just fired.
Why?
She was gonna shoot me.
Oh, so it was a gun.
And you were
It was a
afraid.
standoff.
Very.
From this point forward, he claims to have no memory of the events that followed until he woke up in a police cell 3 days later. But according to
He lost
corroborating
3
evidence
days.
and
He
witness
blacked out for 3
testimony,
days.
He
Okay.
had breakfast with his sister the next morning, where he ordered a goat cheese omelet, a side of bacon, and a samosa. He then gave his sister a tattoo.
A
When his sister
samosa?
asked where Emily was, he told her she was
I don't think I know what
sleeping.
that is.
He then sent a string of text messages to Emily's phone number.
Babe, what are you doing? Talk to me, please. Whatever. I'm going to spend time with Nikki while I
The
can.
next day, he went to a bonfire party where he was seen taking bong hits and doing keggers. Later that same evening, he would send Emily another series of text messages.
Please pick me up. This is far enough. Get your ass home. I got to go
He
back.
went for pancakes and a samosa once again the next morning, then
Samosa.
sent Emily one final message.
You're an asshole. I don't
It would be
deserve this
shortly
shit.
after this message that Emily's mother asked Joseph where her daughter was and why her phone had been switched off for so long. He told her they had gotten into a fight and that he hadn't seen Emily in roughly 2 days. Emily was then reported missing. Roughly 7 hours later, as Joseph's friend was driving him back to where the camper van was parked, they noticed police had cordoned off the area. Joseph then told his friend to stop the car, at which point he got out and wandered off into the woods. His next known location was at a maple fields 10 miles away roughly 14 hours later, where by pure happenstance he was spotted by a police officer.
And what was he doing?
Oh, wow.
He was getting a drink out of the cooler and.
He's got his hood up and stuff?
In the cooler.
They're looking for him?
Did you recognize the male?
When he closed the door to the cooler and he turned around and we made eye contact, I knew, I was like, wait, I know this person. In that moment, I couldn't figure out where or why. My brain was still trying to catch up with me. But I knew I recognized him.
Wow, man.
And did you ultimately determine how you recognized him?
Yeah, so he walked to the right and then turned to walk up to one of the aisles towards the front of the store, and he turned and looked at me again, and we locked eyes again, and at that point I recognized that it was Joseph Ferlazzo.
Okay.
It seemed to me, based on my training and experience, it was almost as if he were trying to figure out, fight, flight, freeze, what do I do?
He's like, I've been discovered.
And what
Yeah.
did you say to him?
I said, Joseph, it's you, right? Are you okay?
This was Detective Sergeant Amy Nolan taking the initiative.
Are
and
you
one
okay?
of 2 reasons why the upcoming interrogation you're about to see unfolds the way it does. Joseph Ferlazzo was classified as a homicide suspect. She would have been entirely within her authority to draw her weapon, order him to the ground, and wait for backup to secure the arrest. Instead, relying on her experience and a remarkable amount of both courage and composure, she seized the unique opportunity when it presented itself.
Okay. And what did he do in reply?
He took his drink down and his body language sort of deflated. And he said, no, I'm not okay.
She very gradually explained
I'm a
he was
victim.
not in trouble and not under arrest.
You wouldn't
but
even
feels it
frickin'
could be
believe a
good
police
idea
officer,
to interrogate
lady.
her back.
Oh, I just was getting a drink of water because I almost died from what my wife did to me too.
To the police barracks.
And so did you bring him back to the barracks?
I did. The other thing that we did sort of in that halfway point was I asked him and explained before I could give him a ride. It was our sort of protocol that we had to pat somebody down for weapons before I could allow him in my cruiser with me, and also because I don't have a typical cruiser with what they call the cage in the back to separate the officer from a person that they've picked up for some reason. So he said that was fine. He's indicated he had no weapons, so I patted him down real quick.
So it was just you and Mr. Ferlazzo in the ride back to the barracks?
Correct.
And did you speak to him during that time about Emily?
Not about Emily. I asked him, like I said, it was cold that day. I asked him, are you cold? He said he was. I turned the heat up.
Wow.
I said, "Have you been out all night?" Based on the interactions that I knew had occurred the night before. He said he had.
He like just didn't know what she knew, so he's like not trying to give too much information, and she's kind of painting the thing as if he is a victim, and he's like, okay, cool, I'm into this.
I asked him if he
Sneaky
was thirsty,
detective.
If he was hungry. He said he was.
I'm
and
so
yeah,
hungry.
I turned the heat up and I told him I would get him something to eat once we got back to the barracks.
The journey to the police station
Wait, taking him to a barracks? Is she a statey?
took just under 7 minutes. The
Do
second
police
factor
work in
behind
barracks?
how this interrogation unfolds is Sergeant Nolan's ability to brief her colleague at speed. It took roughly 30 seconds for the suspect to be greeted at the door by the precinct's commanding officer and walked to interview room 3, during which time she managed to relay the circumstances of his arrest and the precise approach required for this interaction.
Man, that still kills me. Like, what in the world? What in the world? Man, that kind of demeanor, my parents smacked the shit out of me so I don't act like that.
What time did your shift start? We started at 8.
I just can't even think of an environment that I would do unless someone literally just totaled my car and someone totaled my car and now I got to sit there and deal with all this, and someone's like, hey, I need the keys so that we can take it to the junkyard. That's the only way I feel like I might throw things like that. And that's literally because the car was totaled 40 seconds ago.
You did update it, so I'd do like 8 to 8, like a 12 or something? No, it's either 9 or 10 hours.
I'm gonna go get you a sandwich, so I'm gonna hold you over. You're not gonna eat that? Okay, I'll go get ham, turkey.
Somebody will eat that. I know.
Somebody
I know.
bunch of pasta rolls for me.
Like,
Just all the food I can find.
you know, fuck it. Bring it.
Alright, you got it.
I appreciate your effort.
You got it. Alright.
What is it, a donut?
I'll get you a sandwich.
He's like, fuck it.
I'm not a donut kind of guy.
I'm not a donut kind of guy. Was he saying that it's like bad for, he doesn't eat carbs or something?
Really sweet, huh? Yeah, come on. I laid off sugar for a while. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
In the blanket?
Yeah, there you go. It is cold out there. You've been here for a while.
Wow. So he's got his hood up and his blanket rolled, like wrapped around his head. You know, I always envy people who do this. You know what I mean? Like walk around, basically walking in a, what would you call it? Like a, I don't know, like a sleeping bag. I don't know. I never got into it. It feels too good. Like, I don't know. I don't know why I feel like I can't enjoy myself that much.
New pictures, I guess, huh? I can't see. On the terminal. Next updates from my wife. Today was my daughter's first day at daycare. Oh, awesome. Yeah. Good pictures and stuff? Not yet. I asked for some. So I'm nervous this morning. Nervous? Yeah. She's never been to a daycare or anything before. She's gonna come back with like they're running
remember, this guy isn't even asked why they brought him here and why he's talking. Like, oh my God. It's like the emperor's new clothes kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, he thinks he's the smart one in the room, but at the end of the day, he's the mark.
Sort of flu. Yeah.
He talks about COVID for another 2 minutes while the detective continues pretending to be interested in what he has to say.
I masked, and I didn't mask, and I touched things, and I didn't use hand sanitizer every second, and really I just lived my life the way I was living it. Yeah. I just tested negative. Yeah. I'm pretty sure whatever the fuck that thing was in 19 was the thing. The big bad boogie monster. Yeah, right. Of the super flu that they just shut America down for. Crazy times.
Yeah, nice little political thing. You know, I just want to let you know, man, I just think it was wrong to shut America down. Got to get America back to work. Got to make sure Americans, hardworking Americans, are able to work. All right? I'm not the kind of guy who thinks that it's okay to shut America down. Mr. Officer, God, thank you for this blankie and donut.
He launches into a brief monologue on the global economic fallout of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Everybody's like spending their savings, so then it jumped back up. Yeah. I imagine that's got to be pissing some people off, probably. Cool. Joe, are you the guy? Is it Joe or Joseph? Which do you prefer? Do you have a preference?
Wow, interesting. So you see the demeanor switch a little bit? He looks the guy up and down. He's like, oh, this is the guy I'm dealing with. And that guy is like super agreeable, you know, whatever. And then he gets up and some other guy comes in and he's like, wait, you're the guy I'm going to talk to? And now he's trying to reassess the one-on-one that he's dealing with right now.
Whatever is here for you. Whatever you prefer. I'm James. James? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. All right, how are you? James, that's a good night. Okay. I'm just happy to hang right there. I don't need it right now. All right, so you can. Yep.
Now it's two dudes in suits. You're wearing a sleeping bag.
Okay, we're just going to shut the door just for privacy purposes. I'm sure you saw there's a few people walking around.
The actual reason the door is being shut is because it locks from the outside, a standard safety protocol for high-risk cases in Franklin County.
You need,
The detective appears noticeably uneasy about the pocket knife being left on the table. He'll be visibly on edge during the early stages of this interrogation.
Oh,
Yet
wow.
still perform exceptionally well. And this is perhaps our favorite interrogator so far on this channel, because he is the exact opposite of the person he is sitting across the table from.
Oh, love this.
do you need anything? I see you got water, somebody got you some food? Yeah, I'm good. Okay, I'm good. All right.
Look at that, man. He can tell that they are not the right vibe. I love this. Ooh, I love this. I'm going to get another snack. Just pay attention to Charlie girl. She's right here. What am I going to get? Some crackers. Some crackers and a soda water. Got some cranberries. You know, I'm going to tell you why I watch these kinds of videos. I understand that Jim Can't Swim is a very popular channel, rightfully so. But the reason why I watch these videos is there's something very cathartic for me to watch people who are really kind of scum get their day and kind of get held down, but in the way where they're not sure which way it's going. You know what I mean? Like this guy, in a way, he still seems to have some sort of delusion that he might get out of this. And I can tell that he's starting to kind of come to terms with his reality, but he hasn't officially been informed yet. So that's why I got some snacks. This is entertaining to me.
Well, like I said, my name is James. This is Beth. We work for the state police for detectives. We've been trying to get up to speed on what's going on today, and it's our understanding that you might be able to help us understand a few things. We are happy to listen.
No
Before we
accusations.
get going, I just want to be fair to you. Obviously, we're here in a state police barracks, right? And I just said we're the state police. So I just want to make sure that you're aware of the rights that you have. So I'll read these to you.
He's getting his Miranda rights because this is going to be used against him in a court of law.
All right. Well, why don't we...
You know why we're watching this video, though? The reason why we're watching this video is because the right move for this guy, and this kind of shows how much of an idiot this guy is, but the right move for this guy would have been to ask for a lawyer and to not do this interrogation without consulting a defense attorney. But instead, this guy's so egocentric, egomaniacal, whatever the term is. He's arrogant. He's just so he thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. And because of that, I get to react to this video.
I think what would be helpful for me is just have you start from the beginning of what happened, and start from the beginning, and we'll listen. And then, maybe at the end we'll have a few questions, but we'll go from there. Is that fair? Yeah. All right, so I'll turn it over to you. So, kind of what happened.
So I came to Vermont. I was living in New Hampshire for like the last 2 months with my wife and her family. And I came to Vermont. We were supposed to have like a weekend away, like vacation, do some camping, like have some fun. And like as soon as I put the vehicle in the park, like my wife went completely berserk, like completely psychotic. And
Okay.
I shot
How?
her as a result of that.
This guy's an idiot. As soon as I put my car in park, she went berserk, psychotic, shot her. Oh, all right. Have a good day. Thanks for letting us know.
All right. Can you, where did that happen?
Bolton, Vermont.
Okay. All right. So, I guess my answer is, when did that happen?
He says it happened early on Friday morning at the Bolton Ski Resort, which is 4.5 days prior to this moment. He then makes a
Oh,
passing
wow.
comment about, quote, cleaning up after the incident.
I don't know. I think that's that.
Okay. Describe what you mean when you say you cleaned up.
There was like blood.
There was like blood. There was like blood, officer.
There's blood on
You know, you gotta clean out blood. Pillow, sheets,
Okay.
her body.
Where is the bus?
the bathroom.
She's in the bathroom. I haven't been in the bus. So can you describe the bus for me? Like, what's the layout? You walk through the doors.
Bathroom and a kitchen and a bed.
He draws out a diagram of the inside of the camper van.
Okay. And so after you kind of clean up and you put Emily in the bathroom, what do you do?
Following morning, I had some breakfast with my sister. Had some coffee and some breakfast with her.
Okay. Tell me about that.
I had some coffee and some breakfast with my sister.
In the Airbnb?
The coffee was in the Airbnb, and then we ran down the street for some breakfast.
Okay. Did you talk about what had happened?
No,
No.
I was being her boyfriend, so.
Okay. Alright. Did they ask about Emily?
Yeah,
What they ask?
I'm just like, what's her deal?
What did you say?
I was like, yeah, I mean, my role is like her husband, but also I'm just a punching bag. Like, and,
Did they ask where she was when you were at the breakfast? What did you...
I fucking hate this guy. And it's not even that he's a murderer. Just the way he answers these questions, like, these are pretty key hardcore questions about what's going on, and he almost answers like, well, yeah, like almost like it's inconveniencing him to ask these questions.
You said? She's still sleeping. Okay. Alright.
He rambles through a series of unrelated tangents before getting to the moment when his friend was driving him back to the camper van, and he saw the police officers waiting outside.
He turned the car around, and I was like, listen, I'm gonna put out in the car, so, like, they can't do this over next week. Just get some air. They can't breathe. I'm like overheating. Like, so I got out, and that was it. And you drove away? Where'd you sleep last night? I had the tar in the school at some point. Under the rock. It was dark. I started to start closing and wrap myself up. I was breathing and shit.
I heard a tarp and wrapped myself up. Okay.
Kind of place closed, but no, it was crazy windy. 40 degrees. So I was just trying to stay warm. Okay. Wondering lesson.
Well, I appreciate you telling me all that and kind of doing the time span from Friday when you got it from
Okay, I feel like he's about to turn up the questions.
on, so it's kind of how we ended up here today.
Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, is that okay?
Do you have any other questions? Yeah. Is that okay with you?
What I'd like to do is really focus in on Friday itself and the incident with you and Emily, and kind of go over that with a little bit more detail. Is that fair? So, my understanding from what you told me is that you got into Vermont between 7 and 8 p.m.
The initial release of the interrogation footage cuts out at this moment. What we know is that they decided to take a break, and Joseph went to use the bathroom. The footage resumes 13 minutes later. Joseph's demeanor while outside the interrogation room was reportedly bizarre, which officers later described as a feigned mild panic attack, noting that he appeared to be forcing a state of vulnerability as a way of presenting himself as the victim. You'll see remnants of it as he now interacts with the officer who escorted him to the bathroom.
Anything else? You good?
Some company?
Yeah, I'll stand right here. Absolutely.
Can you come sit?
Yeah,
Yeah?
absolutely.
What's your name?
I'm Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice to meet you. I'm Joseph.
nice to meet you.
Are you the individual that sort of comes in during the breaks and sits with Mr. Ferlazzo?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
Like, all these detectives have to know that they could be going to court to literally talk about this video they're making.
How long have you been in Vermont?
I've been in Vermont my whole life.
Yeah?
Yeah. I've been with the state police for almost 24 years now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of doing this?
A very interesting detail of this moment is that Sergeant Truex could not once recall being asked such a simple question in his 24 years of service. He hadn't once been to therapy, and remarkably can't remember a single moment where he actually sat down and reflected on such a straightforward concept. So the fact that the moment finally arrives from a psycho murderer playing with his food makes his forthcoming pause of contemplation somewhat absurd, yet absolutely compelling.
Just trying to do the best we can for people's families. Probably.
Huh.
Turkey sandwich?
Yes, sir.
Let me grab you a couple of napkins. Okay. You don't need carbs, do you? You took all the bread off. I noticed that.
Wow, you're so interesting.
So, lettuce wrap. Do what you gotta do, right?
Well, I mean, if I'm not burning the calories, why would I put them in?
Right.
They ease back into it by asking him non-threatening questions, mainly about his
This guy definitely thinks he's really smart.
travel patterns in the days following the incident.
Yeah, I think I stopped at that gas station right there and then just got right on 89. Yeah.
What was the plan with Emily's body? Like, if the police hadn't shown up last night at and had the bus, what was your plan?
I didn't really have a plan. I was just gonna like take it into the woods and drop it off.
Where?
I don't know.
I don't
Like I
know.
said, I had no plan. I was just gonna take it into the woods and drop it off.
Did you use your phone at all to like search anything? Or like were you like, what do I do? That kind of thing? Did you do any like Google searches or Safari searches about what you should do? No. Didn't look up anything?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just asking.
No,
Kind of make sure.
that's a normal question.
Did you use your phone to search anything this past weekend related to what happened on Friday? No?
Can I
I
check?
didn't have any questions.
Okay.
Nothing that I was like, ooh, I wonder what the other humans do. Like,
When you said earlier that you put the bag...
He's got two sleeves.
Did you just put it over her head or...
Yeah,
like
chicks
her full
love that
body
shit.
Bag?
now her body's back up.
Her full body's bagged up. Describe that to me.
So I cut her body and put it in multiple bags.
Oh my god, man.
Tell me about that.
Like,
How did you cut her body?
He's a psychopath.
I used a saw and cut her body into,
Oh my god.
you know, stacked it up, and I was gonna take it in the woods
Okay. Where did you do that?
in the bus.
On the bus? Okay. Where's the saw?
On the bus.
What kind of saw is it? Describe it to me.
Hands on.
Just a hand saw?
Wow.
Did you carry any out to the woods?
He cut her into small pieces with a handsaw. I'm not even going to express why that's so insane.
Every piece of Emily's body is still on that bus?
Where I made the little circles in that little paper.
Because that's important.
Sorry, guys.
They just want that confession. They'll bring you all the snacks and blankies you want. They just need to hear your crazy ass say it. And they don't want you to feel like you need to be defensive. Man, you're an idiot.
I know this is probably not an awesome way to have your day go.
Well, those are the, those are the details that I was talking about that are important for us to know.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, at the end of the day, this investigation is going to take time, and those details will come out, but, I think it's better to hear from you. So, with that being said, what else haven't we talked about that is important for us to know about what happens to Emily?
That's it. We talked about all of it. I don't know what else to tell you. Like,
So I think we're going to step out for a minute. Do you need more coffee or water or anything?
no, I have it.
You can both get these bathroom?
No.
Okay. I think those are your chips.
No, you can't use them. I don't need this.
Oh, you don't? Oh.
Starches.
You don't need any starch?
Is it playing into your stomach or you just don't need it?
No, I mean, if I was going to go hiking, maybe I needed it, but I'm sitting here, not doing anything. Like,
Okay.
This guy's a tool. Just say you don't want the chips.
When you would leave the room and come back in, did he recall who you were?
Yes. Passing moments like this may seem inconsequential, yet it's the prosecution's way of establishing mental competency, effectively neutralizing any possible argument that he was operating in a diminished or compromised state.
Hey, you and Johnny feel better? Not really. No? Not really. So past this part, how much do you know about, like, the next part?
Like in general, or?
Yeah.
So every case is a little bit different. You know, first of all, the other detectives are gonna want to make sure that what you're saying is true. And
Yeah, that's a great.
that's, I have no idea. That's first and foremost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna verify some stuff and then,
Yeah.
you know,
Cigarette time.
yeah.
You want one? Oh my, that's what I heard. Jeez.
The conversation was reportedly casual as they went out for a cigarette.
He loves cigarettes.
Something else that kind of comes to mind, you know, having this open conversation, might as well ask, is like,
That's me.
you know, to
Before this investigator went outside with Joseph for a cigarette,
Now, to be fair, he said he's a health nut, but, you know, whatever.
he was briefed on some additional details. One of them was that almost 12 years to the date, Joseph's stepmother was stabbed to death in her own home. The case was never solved. They also discovered that in addition to shooting his wife twice, he stabbed her 18 times.
Oh, we didn't bring that up.
the first time something like this has happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was like,
Pretty,
solid.
pretty in-depth.
Fucking awful, dude. Like, I don't know if it was you or if it was Sam, but if you would have talked to me a week ago, it would have been on the top of the list of things that I would never do. But it's been, it was such a fucking brutal week. Like, nonstop. Like, it's like morning to night.
Emily was upset because the location he chose for their one-year anniversary was the exact location his ex-girlfriend was staying, and that's what he's currently talking about.
Oh, wow.
We change.
Alright. Well, why don't we go see where they're at? And,
Joseph, right?
Yeah.
So Joe, so this is oh, okay. So
What do you need from me?
Amy's gonna take your pictures.
They first take pictures of his face, hands, and clothing.
Okay, so I'm not gonna do swap.
Taking a look to see if he has any marks.
All right, so I have not watched your interview, but my understanding is that there was some kind of physical altercation with you and Emily, and that you may have been struck, hit, kicked, something like that. Will you consent to me taking photographs of you without clothing on? And if you're not comfortable with it being me, I can have Robbie do it. To see
He'd
if
probably be into that. He'd be like, yes, you can look at me without
I
my
mean,
clothes
yes,
on.
Like I could do chest and maybe legs if you have
What is he
underwear on.
doing?
What the hell did we just watch?
I mean, we could get, like, I could do chest and maybe legs if you have underwear on.
Our personal take on what he's doing here must have something to do with Sergeant Nolan's tactical display of approachability during their encounter. Something that Mr. Ferlazzo has catastrophically misread, and maybe feels he can use to his advantage in this situation somehow. Or perhaps just deepen whatever distorted sense of self this is feeding into. Whatever
Perhaps.
the case, it's just so excruciatingly embarrassing that we almost didn't put it in this video.
If you're willing to let
It is a
me
bit
as part of the
strange.
consent to do photographs of your body as well? Okay.
Not a single bruise or scratch was discovered on his body, not one, though he was sure to point out some ever so slightly reddish marks on parts of his skin that he could have got from sleeping out in the woods, or perhaps a moderately hot shower. The moment
Well,
he was
I mean, he
finally
doesn't have that
informed he was
tire
under
around his
arrest
stomach.
and going to jail was regrettably not captured on video. As mentioned before, the initial release of this
Maybe the
footage
carb
was
conversation
redacted,
wasn't
but you can
completely
rest
out of
assured
whack.
that it will all come full circle before this video concludes.
Okay. All right, you're all set. Thank you.
This
truth
is Cross.
that before leaving New Hampshire, you stopped at Market Basket.
The Market Basket supermarket was where he went to buy the tools to dispose of Emily's body, a moment beyond what he's now claiming to remember. And you'll notice how incredibly attuned he is to the challenges directed toward this assertion. His claim of having no recollection beyond a certain moment is designed to support the idea that he entered some kind of fugue state brought on by shock.
Why do they keep using the word fugue
He would never
state?
have dismembered his wife.
Your Honor, it was the
Attempted to
fugue
bury her
state.
in the woods. It's also the explanation he leans on for why he failed.
Listen,
to
Your Honor, it's the fugue state, Your Honor.
Gravely his life was in danger, the key detail of his self-defense claim.
Right?
I did see that, yes.
That's the truth.
I saw that on the PowerPoint.
And it's the truth.
I don't remember it, but yes.
And you spent $60.43 at Market Basket.
Is that what happened?
Is that what
I
happened?
don't remember sending the text, but you have it there in front of you, so.
Is that what happened?
You said, I'll see you in the morning.
All right.
And you said,
Okay.
you still drink coffee?
All right.
So that's your sister?
That was what I sent to her? That's you have that?
Would you like to see the text?
I don't remember the text. I don't remember the text exactly, so. If you
He really
have it,
speeds things up when you talk about stuff he doesn't want to talk about.
Do you want to see them?
I mean, I don't have to. If you're going to read them to me, then we can do it this way. Or
So you testified that Emily was mad when you got to Bolton.
she was angry.
A detail mentioned by several people in the
You said she was mad.
courtroom,
She
he
was
knew
angry.
Ferrazzo personally, was that parts of his speech and articulation had noticeably changed during this testimony, especially the word yes. The way you'll hear him say this word isn't how he usually spoke.
So Emily's mad at you. You guys argue, is that correct?
Yes.
And she's rebuffing you.
Yes.
She doesn't want to dance.
No.
She doesn't want the candles on.
Correct.
She just wants to go to bed.
She didn't say anything to me.
She went right down
Wow.
Yes.
to bed. She's facing outward, scrolling on her phone.
Yes.
You're sitting down on the couch. Correct?
When?
When Emily's saying these hurtful things to you. You're sitting on the couch.
No.
You're in the bed.
No.
You're standing in the aisle.
Yeah, I was doing some,
You're yoga dancing.
yes, that's correct.
You light some candles,
Yes.
and Emily doesn't like
Yes.
the candlelight.
That's correct.
And she tells you to put them out.
That's also correct.
And you don't put them out.
No, no.
And she gets up and she grabs one of these candles.
Yes.
These big Yankee candles.
Yes.
Glass.
Yes, ma'am.
Heavy.
Very.
Very
She starts
heavy.
hitting you in the head with it.
Yes, ma'am.
And in the body.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're able to grab onto her. And get the candle away from her.
That's correct.
And that is over. She goes and lays back down.
Yes.
Yes.
When you came in, she was in the bed.
Yes.
Yes.
And you are trying to relax.
Yes.
Trying
Yes.
to take your vacation.
Yes.
Yes.
And you make a decision.
What decision?
The decision that you need to stop this.
Yes. Yes.
I was having some drinks and smoking.
You decided enough is enough. I'm going to put an end
Yes.
to this.
No.
No.
You got up.
During direct examination, he had a 1,000-yard worried stare as if lost in reflection. Here, he almost continuously glares at the prosecutor.
Oh,
perhaps
sure.
thinking that projecting this abrasive display of confidence will render him more credible. The issue is that during direct, he presented himself as a broken husband who struggled to recall anything closely connected to the incident. Yet now he's steely-eyed and steadfast. You could argue that the change in questioning style caused the shift in his energy, but it's
Sure.
the extent of the shift and the complete disappearance of the emotional fragility he displayed earlier that makes the argument he is being deceptive. And just to be clear, I believe he's being 100% fraudulent in both these instances. His true self is still
Okay.
an enigma that I doubt has appeared once in this video.
You got up from the couch.
Yeah, that might be true.
I wasn't on the couch.
You told the police that you got up.
I don't remember talking to the police.
You heard yourself tell the police that you got up.
I saw a video.
And
I
you
saw
heard
the
yourself
video.
Tell the police that you got up.
I saw the video.
And you
Said
got
it
a call.
twice.
Are we talking about the video?
And when you realized that you had just shot your wife, you didn't call 911.
Hey, what's up, Gray Fox? Doing a reaction video.
No.
You didn't go and get your.
How's the volume?
No.
You told the police that you put her wallet in a bag.
I don't remember talking to the police.
I understand that, Mr. Palazzo, but you listened to the video and you heard your words. So you told the police that you put her wallet in a bag, correct?
I did see the video.
And you utter the words, I put her wallet in a bag.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
You heard
Oh,
yourself say those.
on the video?
Yes.
I saw the video, yeah.
And you heard yourself say, I put her wallet in a bag.
Yes, I did.
You're able to give her that tattoo and successfully give her that tattoo.
Still,
Still.
no memory.
No memory of giving her a tattoo? Okay.
Mr. Palazzo, that is your contact information, right?
We'll get out of here.
You did remember what day of the week it was when you were meeting with James and Seth.
From the video?
This is my favorite moment of cross-examination. He's about to make eye contact with the prosecutor, and something about how she responds, and perhaps how she looks at him, will shake his feigned exterior just that little bit.
From reality.
From reality.
We are talking about the video, right?
We're talking about reality.
Okay.
So, Mr. Palazzo, we can agree that you lie.
Yes, I have lied to people.
You're lying today.
About.
Everything.
Ooh.
I'm sitting here giving you my recall of what I have to work with.
No questions.
Ah!
So as you heard earlier, multiple segments of Joseph's interrogation were redacted before the footage made its way onto social media.
Oh.
The prosecution made certain the jury viewed it in its entirety.
Of course.
What you're about to watch is, in our opinion, the result of a potent mix of sleep deprivation, mental exhaustion, and an extraordinary lack of situational awareness.
Yeah,
Very
he
likely
definitely doesn't get it.
calibrated framing that occurred during the opening sequence of his apprehension. He had spent the entire night freezing in the woods, likely terrified and in a state of panic, after coming down off a 3-day bender of drugs and alcohol. Then, while at his most depleted, he was met by a figure of authority who offered him warmth and understanding, followed by another reassuring encounter where the rapport seemed effortless and disarming. The focus of the moment was subtly shifted away from the horror of what he had done, onto his own inflated sense of worth and self-pity, followed by a continuous process of positive affirmations and ego reinforcement. All of which
Ego reinforcement and positive affirmations. Love it.
Three previously redacted segments
This
of
dude's,
footage
dude's almost he's 6 foot tall, 207 pounds. Jesus Christ.
Turned into, I heard you say that you shot her, so explain how that incident continued.
I don't know. Something inside me said enough is enough.
Something inside me said enough is enough. Okay.
Can you describe Emily when you shot her? Like, what was she doing?
She had stopped fighting and she'd gone and laid down. And I went and jumped on top of her.
I hate this guy. I'm sorry. I think I could be funnier if I like the person a little bit somehow.
If you could talk to Emily's parents, is there
This
anything-
mouse that has no idea he's walking into a mouse trap.
I mean, clearly I would apologize for being such a shit.
I'm such a freaking shit, police officers. I done killed my wife. You don't fucking treat people like this.
I can tell you that I wish it didn't happen. I wish I could turn back time.
Yeah, sure.
I was just, I don't know. I don't know if you've ever just like wanted to be a dick, but I mean, I don't do it that well, like, so yeah, I'm usually just like, okay, like, he'll talk about it, fix it, you know, whatever, but
So you felt she was being kind of like a dick just to be a dick?
yeah,
Okay.
you know, like, I don't think that, you know what I mean, like,
What in the hell is the matter with this guy? His reasoning is just through the roof absurd. Oh man, my girlfriend was just, or my wife, my 22-year-old wife was just being a dick.
I would never do that. And I believe me, if you would have asked me that, I would have said the same thing. Like,
I don't think I've ever been in your shoes.
Had Joseph Ferlazzo been met with immediate confrontation and transparency, none of this would have plausibly occurred. His demeanor and method of response from cross-examination is likely what you would have seen throughout this interrogation.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Given the powers permitted under U.S. protocol, he was guided to a place where he could no longer walk back from. Now, before moving on to the final part of this video, we need to explore the nuance of this particular element and why that nuance matters. As many of you will know, the permitted use of deception in American policing is extremely controversial, as it's been known to put innocent people into prison through false confessions.
Yeah.
Many of these cases have gone viral over the years, with perhaps the most recent involving Thomas Perez Jr.
Oh, I don't think I saw this one.
Disturbing to watch. The man
He brought his dog in and
Thomas Perez Jr. He reported his father missing. Fontana police accused Thomas of killing his dad.
It was August of 2018. Fontana police were convinced Perez's father had been murdered. They thought Perez appeared suspicious.
It's really concerning to me that he hasn't been back yet.
They asked Perez to come to the station, and that's where they turned a missing person case into a 17-hour interrogation.
Murdered your dad.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You done murdered your dad.
Because of you.
I guess I did.
Found your dead dad, and you won't give
You got a dead dad.
Perez's best friend to try and get a confession.
Dude,
Just admit it.
murdered. Take him to a murder.
Impossible.
When that didn't work, detectives brought in Perez's dog.
You killed him. He's dead. And your dog is sitting here looking at you? No,
Your dog's looking at you.
killed your dad. Did you stab him? I didn't think that I did. But if you did, where would you have stabbed him? Mine in the belly.
They learned that Tom's father was alive
Dang.
as well, and was
His father was alive.
ready to take a
They
flight
still
with his
convicted him
sister.
though.
Steering filed a civil rights lawsuit in federal court against the city of Fontana, and the suit was settled for nearly $900,000.
Wow.
Now, while both of these cases fall under the umbrella category of deception, you may have noticed they were starkly different in nature. One consisted of the futility technique and maximization. The inevitability of outcome was imposed to such an extent that it caused the subject to have an emotional crisis, while the other consisted of rapport development and minimization. There was no applied pressure nor manufactured sense of urgency.
Well, I don't think there's going to be anybody who's going to come out and say the rapport development minimization was an issue.
One worked through fear and coercion. The other through
So I like how they bring up the business of detectivism. Detectiving, I mean.
Far lower risk of doing so. And as you've seen throughout this video, it can be somewhat effective when used correctly. But anyway, here's the remaining segment of Ferlazzo's redacted footage, right about the time where he realizes he just told on himself.
Yep. Look at that. I gotta pee.
Knowing full well exactly where she is and what he has done to her. He texts her phone one last time. You're an asshole. I don't deserve this shit. Ms. Adams told you in the state's opening statement that this case and this crime is about ego. Mr. Ferlazzo's
For
ego,
sure.
and Mr. Ferlazzo's nearly 42-year-old ego being unable to accept his 22-year-old wife disrespecting him.
Yeah.
And
There you go.
so inflated that after killing her, taking her life because he didn't like the things she was saying to him, because she didn't want to be with him anymore, he calls her an asshole. He tells her that he doesn't deserve this. The state submits that it is Emily, and only Emily, that did not deserve this.
How do you find Mr. Palazzo on the count of first-degree murder guilty?
Yeah, he's crying. Wow.
James, would you like us to poll? I would.
Yeah, poll him. I want to see who really feels this way.
His reaction wasn't recorded as his term was read out, but Joseph Ferlazzo was sentenced to 45 years to life in prison, a punishment many have argued was unexpectedly lenient. He was subsequently investigated for the cold case murder of his stepmother. No charges have since been filed, and the case remains open to this day.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I thought I was going to enjoy that a little bit more than I actually did, but that guy, yeah, I don't know, man, because to a certain extent, you could definitely see that guy being kind of the life of the party and then, really enjoying his energy. But then at the same time, if you get to know him, he seems like he would just be a little bit off. And I don't know, I guess no matter how much you study this kind of stuff, you can't really tell, what kind of person you're dealing with, really. People can be normal, and sometimes people can kill their loved ones. I don't know, man. These Jim Can't Swims, are pretty tough to watch sometimes, but I find them fascinating. So that's the reason why I reacted to this and thought, why not? The catalog of Jim Can't Swim is pretty good, so I don't mind watching it with people. Also, there's videos that I've enjoyed, like viral videos and stuff like that, and I'll watch people react to them, and it, I really enjoy it, especially if it's like watching the video with somebody else. So this is my way of watching the video with you, or whoever wants to see this video. If you're really attached to the Jim Can't Swim Narcissist video, I've seen a lot of the Jim Can't Swim videos, but I don't mind coming on here and getting through the catalog. I don't know how long it'll take, but at some point, I'll get through it. But anyway, this is the end of my night. I'd like to start drawing down for the evening, and then tomorrow getting back to my work. I did a lot of homework today, kind of. I did a lot of organizing and stuff like that. But anyway, I digress. So here we are. I don't think anybody's watching this cares about my routines right now. But otherwise, if you like what's going on here, please subscribe, turn on the notifications, leave a comment. Gray Fox can't do all the heavy lifting around.